In the last section, we started to try to render our component into the DOM. We got an error, however, that said that React wasn't defined, so we imported React as a JavaScript module into this file. So now we can reasonably believe that we can call React render and we won't get an error. So I'm going to save this file, flip open to the browser, and refresh. Let's see what happens. Okay, so React.render is deprecated. Please use React DOM instead. And also invalid component element. Instead of passing component class, make sure to instantiate it by passing it to React.createElement. Okay. So let's flip back over to our code here. In our file, we've imported a library called React, right? React, however, is starting to diverge into two separate libraries. The core React library, which we've already imported here, knows how to work with React components. So it knows how to render them, how to nest them together, and so on. The functionality to actually render them to the DOM, however, so to take a component and insert it into the DOM, is now a separate library called React DOM. So right now, if you go to, say, react.github.io, the React homepage, and you try to download React, you're going to see both React and React DOM. So to actually render a component to the DOM, we don't use the React library, we use the React DOM. Sorry, did I say React DOM? We don't use React, we use React DOM. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so fortunately, our project has already installed React DOM in here as well. So let's give this a shot. We'll say import React DOM from React DOM. So we now have access to the variable React DOM. We have access to that library. So let's go ahead and update our render statement. React DOM.render app. So again, we use React DOM here because we're trying to render something to the DOM. We're trying to touch the DOM directly. Whenever we do that, we use the React DOM library, not React. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this out in the browser. And it looks like it fixed the first error, but we still have this second one. Still have something here about make sure to instantiate it by passing it to React.createElement. Let's address this error in the next section.